There's a question that lingers in the minds of those who observe Sigma males from a distance. Are they born this way, or is it something a man can become? It's the classic debate of nature versus nurture. Is the Sigma male an anomaly hardwired into existence? Or is it a choice, a path walked by those who refuse to conform? Some say it's in their blood, that Sigma males are built differently, not just mentally but at the very core of their being, that no amount of effort, reading, or self-improvement can turn an ordinary man into one. Others believe it's a reaction, a transformation forced upon men by betrayal, hardship, or simply a world that no longer makes sense to them. But here's the real question. Can you wake up one day and decide to be a Sigma male? Or is it a fate sealed from the moment you take your first breath? Today we're breaking it all down, discovering the psychology, social conditioning, and the raw truth of what it really means to be Sigma. So sit tight, because this isn't just some personality quiz nonsense. By the time we're done, you'll know whether being a Sigma male is something you become or something you've always been. Reason 1, the Sigma mindset is not a trend. It's a state of being. Modern society loves to package ideas into trends. The lone wolf, the outsider, the man who walks his own path. People want to brand it, turn it into something you can mimic. But here's the truth. Sigma males don't exist because of a trend. They exist because their mindset doesn't allow them to be anything else. The Sigma mindset is not something you slap on like a leather jacket and dark sunglasses. It's not an act, a phase, or a strategy to win at life. It's deeply ingrained, a combination of self-awareness, detachment from validation, and an almost instinctual resistance to control. If you're constantly craving approval, if you feel uneasy being alone, if you rely on external structure to function, then Sigma life is not in your wiring. It's like trying to make a cat act like a wolf. Sure, you can train it to growl, you can make it walk a certain way, but when the pressure hits, its true nature reveals itself. And that's the thing about Sigma males. They don't force themselves into solitude. They don't try to be different. They are different. Reason 2, the lonely road is not for everyone. Some men think they can become Sigma because they like the idea of solitude. They watch a few videos, read about high-value men, and decide, yeah, I'll just ghost the world and become untouchable. But real solitude isn't romantic. It's not about sitting in a coffee shop, reading Nietzsche, and acting mysterious. It's the kind of solitude where you face yourself, with all your demons, insecurities, and regrets staring right back at you. Most people can't handle that. They need distractions, constant chatter, mindless scrolling, background noise. The moment they're left alone with their thoughts, anxiety creeps in. But Sigma males, they thrive in that space. They don't run from themselves because they understand themselves. This is why Sigma males don't force themselves to be loners. They just are. If solitude feels unnatural to you, if being disconnected makes you uneasy, then no amount of effort will make you a true Sigma. Reason 3, life often makes a Sigma, but not always. You've probably seen men trying to act like a Sigma male, avoiding people, staying quiet, giving off that brooding, mysterious vibe. But here's the truth. Being a Sigma isn't something you can fake. It's not a tactic. It's a deeply ingrained way of thinking, and it often starts in childhood. Most Sigma males don't choose to be this way. Life molds them into it. Maybe they grew up as the quiet kid, more observant than talkative, learning early on that people often say one thing and do another. Maybe they realize that trust isn't given, it's earned, and most people never truly earn it. Over time, they stopped looking for approval. They became their own source of validation. Unlike an alpha, who thrives on control and social dominance, or a beta, who seeks guidance and approval, the Sigma male functions independently of social hierarchies. He doesn't reject people out of bitterness. He simply doesn't need them the way others do. Solitude is not a punishment to him, it's a sanctuary. And this is where the pretenders get exposed. A man who tries to act Sigma without truly being one will eventually crack under the weight of isolation. He'll crave validation even if he denies it. He'll secretly hope people notice his silence, that they see him as intriguing rather than just alone. And eventually his mask will slip. True Sigmas, they don't wear masks. What you see is what you get. That's why Sigma males recognize each other instantly. They see through the ones who are just trying to be different because they know what true solitude feels like. They know the difference between choosing to walk alone and having to walk alone because the world doesn't understand you. Reason 4. Sigma is a rarity, not a blueprint. The moment people started talking about Sigma males, the internet exploded with guides on how to become a Sigma male. Suddenly, every man who felt like an outsider wanted to wear the label, thinking it was some kind of cheat code to life. But here's the hard truth. Sigma isn't something you become, it's something you are. Unlike the alpha-beta dynamic, which is built on external behaviors, Sigma males are defined by something deeper, a mindset that can't be taught. This is why they are rare. Their way of thinking isn't based on social conditioning or the latest self-improvement trend. It's the result of life experiences that shape them into who they are. Most Sigma males don't even know they're Sigmas until someone else points it out. They don't wake up one day and decide to be mysterious, independent, or untouchable. They just are. Maybe it was a tough childhood that forced them to rely on themselves. Maybe they learned early on that trust is fragile, that people often say one thing and do another. Maybe solitude became their greatest ally long before they even knew the term Sigma male existed. And that's the difference. True Sigma males don't try to be different. They just are. Meanwhile, the ones who chase the Sigma label often expose themselves. They force the quietness, the aloofness, the indifference, thinking it makes them look powerful. But real Sigma males don't posture. They don't care if the world sees them or not. So if you're asking, can I become a Sigma male? You're already missing the point. Reason 5. The world pushes you to be alpha or beta. Sigma is the escape. Society has always boxed men into 2 categories. The alpha, the dominant leader who takes charge, or the beta, the submissive follower who plays it safe. From childhood, you're told to either step up and take control or fall in line and follow orders. But what if neither path feels right? Sigma males are the men who reject this entire system. They don't seek power over others like an alpha, nor do they submit like a beta. Instead, they carve out their own path, existing outside the hierarchy, unbothered by competition and uninterested in approval. This is why people struggle to understand Sigma males. The world isn't designed for men who operate independently. If you don't play the social games, people start questioning you. If you don't crave status or validation, they assume something is wrong. If you walk away from drama, they call you arrogant. But here's the kicker. Sigma males don't care. They don't need society's validation because they validate themselves. They don't need a pack to feel powerful because they've mastered solitude. And that's what separates a true Sigma from a man who's simply trying to be one. The reality is, most men will never break free from the system. They'll keep chasing approval, competing for attention, and molding themselves to fit in. But the Sigma male, he realizes early on that the game is rigged, and instead of playing, he leaves the table entirely. So can someone become a Sigma male? The answer is both yes and no. Some men are born with this nature. It's in their wiring, in their DNA. Others are shaped by life, forced into solitude by experience. But here's the bottom line. Not every man can handle it. You can't fake independence. You can't manufacture a lone wolf mentality. Either solitude strengthens you or it destroys you. And that's the difference. For those who resonate with this, for those who feel like they've always been different, always walked their own path, maybe you're Sigma. And if you're not, that's okay. Not everyone is meant to walk alone. If you found this video insightful, hit the like button, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to hear this. And don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss another video. Until next time, keep walking your path and remember, the real ones don't chase labels. They just live.